Welcome! Today I'm going to show you how I do my monthly log in my bullet journal. This helps me track my habits, monitor what I do throughout the month, plan ahead, and access where I still need to do work. You can see I have a key, an index. This was last month's monthly log, so you have an idea of how I'm going to do it. I write down highlights, wins for each day, and you see I have a number of different habits that I'm tracking, good and bad. It isn't perfect. Sometimes I make mistakes, but it definitely helps me to keep track of where I'm progressing, where I'm procrastinating. So first, I start off by writing the month in the upper right corner. I used to do a lot of designs and make it really pretty. If it was a fall month, I'd put maple leaves and pumpkins, things like that. Nowadays, I really just have it pared down to the basic log. You can see I used to do a typical calendar month, but as you can see, I really didn't use it. This way is a lot easier. So as you can see, I put the number of each day of the month on the left side, all the way down. And doing it this way definitely gives me a linear look at how I'm progressing throughout the month. And this way I can see where I'm falling short, where I can put in more work, where there's just no way I'll be able to get anything done. And it also reminds me of what I have accomplished so that I don't have to focus on what I have not accomplished. After that, I put the letter of each day of the week in front. M for Monday, T for Tuesday, W for Wednesday, TH for Thursday, F for Friday, SA for Saturday, and S for Sunday. This also helps me establish what I can get done because each day of the week might be a little bit different, knowing my work schedule. And also, take my advice, don't plan a bunch of stuff on Monday. Not a good day to get a bunch of stuff done. Once I have put down each letter of the day, I believe I started this one on actually the second day of April. So I went ahead and wrote down my highlight win. As you can see, I go back to March to properly plan out the monthly log. And as you can see, what I do is I put down the highlight win one space over from the letter of the day. This helps it look clean and organized, not all cluttered. I have started right in front of the day of the week and it just looks too cluttered. So then I go in and, of course, referencing back to things that I want to work on and March, see which habits I want to include, which ones I exclude, and I organize from there. You can see there's a lot of different planning and spacing just so that the layout looks nice. It's easy to see. I can easily look back and know what's going on. So I put in each, on the right side, I put down each of the habits that I want to increase and do more of. And then I exclude the ones that I don't need anymore. For example, I've been practicing transcendental meditation for a long time, so I don't need to put down that habit because I just always do it every day. So there's no point in tracking it because I just know I'll do it. Other things I stopped keeping track of doing red light therapy because it's just really inconvenient. I do want to get back into it, but for right now, I'm just gonna put it on the back burner. So on the right side is all the habits that I want to increase, and on the left side is habits that I don't necessarily want to completely eliminate, but I do want to moderate and try to decrease them a little bit more. Personally, I am more of a moderator than an abstainer, but I've found that you really got to get honest with yourself. If there's something you know you need to completely abstain from, then acknowledge it. And if you can moderate, that's great, but definitely monitor and see what works best for you. Now I've got all my healthy habits. Now I'm putting in my unhealthy habits, which, by the way, if you do them a lot, don't guilt yourself, don't shame yourself. That'll just make you do them more. Just keep track and it'll all come nice and easy. So for me, the habits that I want to moderate is my cannabis use, junk food, and I did put down alcohol, but in my latest monthly logs, I actually eliminated that just because I don't really drink that much, and so I don't really need to monitor it. Now that I've put in the habits I want to reduce, I put down wins, highlights on the upper left side, because each day of the month, I'm going to write down something that I'm thankful for, something that I'm grateful for. This definitely helps improve my mood, my motivation, and my inspiration. I know Dave Asbury says also put down your fails, because that also helps out. I think I'm going to do this in one of my next monthly logs so that I can monitor what I do still need to work on. Obviously, you see I flip back from March to April to see what I want to include and exclude. Also, another thing that I like to do is take my pink highlighter and add a little bit of flair, because this is something that I'm going to look at every day. And so having a nice, cute, good-looking organizer really makes me excited to add and contribute to it, and really is just very enjoyable. Makes the process fun. This is definitely where my creative side comes out, and as you can see, very minimal. I'm just adding in a little bit of stuff here and there. When I go back and review my bullet journal, I take my blue highlighter and I highlight the things that I want to remember, and I might even write them down in my notepad app in my phone, or just in a new version of my bullet journal, and that really helps organize. There are different things that I change here and there, and different things that I'm working on each month. One thing I haven't done yet is the end of the month reflection, which Ryder Carroll, the inventor of the bullet journal, does. So hopefully I'll be doing that at the end of this month. But so far this has been pretty good. It's definitely helped me see where I can get the most work done and where I'm just not going to meet the goals, or when it's just a bad time to do things. So that's really helped out a lot. As you can see, I'm planning out my April. This was the spread that I did for April. I really didn't turn out the way I wanted, and flipping back through things that I've notated throughout the month. This also helps me plan for the upcoming month. Reflecting, figuring out what I want to do next, especially if it's a big season change month, especially what holidays are coming up. Then, of course, I write it in the index, the month, so I can reflect back. You can see here I'm working on a lot of different things. For me personally, I've found that it's super helpful to have maybe 5 different projects going on at one time, but I have one main project that's the big thing. Everything else is back burner. It's the one project, and then when I get stuck with that, then I go to one of the other projects, start working on that. Then I have an aha moment and I go back to my one big main project, and it works. Doesn't always work, but that's what works for me. I found that focusing all my time and energy on just one thing, it emotionally stresses me out. I tend to get perfectionistic about it, and obviously that does not help. So having a few things going and then coming back to the main project helps a lot. Also, one thing that I'm currently working on is setting deadlines. You can see here, this is my yearly log. I log the full moon and the new moon for each month. I will also add people's birthdays that I want to remember, although most of my close friends and family, I just have theirs memorized. This is my dream workspace. This would be another dream workspace, although this is my real workspace. It is organized, but definitely not very well organized. Doing a monthly log allows me to plan things so then I can just be in the moment and enjoy myself and work on just being my real, authentic self, allowing myself to stay curious, think of new projects I want to work on. I'm always coming up with new ideas for different things and how I want to express myself creatively. This is one of my past monthly logs. It also helps me organize time to work out, making sure that I get the things I don't enjoy doing but I know I need to do. This is my September log. You can see I put dots in between each of the weeks so I can see how many times I'm doing each of the things each week. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave it below. I would love it if you would subscribe and like this video. Thank you.